Hello, everyone. My name is Harsha Devraj, and I will be walking you through the department reviewer side of the ARPA vendor invoicing process. As department reviewer, that just refers to anyone on an ARPA project team at the city who is reviewing an invoice before approving it, and sending it through to the DocuSign process. I'll share my screen now and begin the walkthrough. So the first step when a vendor submits an invoice is you will get an email from the account Smartsheet automation. It looks a little like this. It should say ARPA invoice, and then the invoice number needs your review. And clicking on this link over here will take you to the dynamic view, which is the portal through which you will be reviewing these invoices. So clicking that link will take you to this screen. And at the moment, I only have that one invoice to review. But if you have multiple, they'll all be row on row over here on the screen. And clicking the invoice that you want to review will open up this panel on the right that contains 3 tabs. So data, attachments, and comments. The data tab is where the majority of your data entry and back and forth correspondence and notifications will be happening with your vendor. So your first step is to basically go in here and review the attachments that the vendor has submitted along with their invoice. After reviewing, you will have a couple of options, or I guess the first thing you do after reviewing will be to enter all of the information that you've typically been entering through your existing systems. So things like your SPO number, appropriation number, cost center, so on and so forth, that corresponds with the project and the invoice that was submitted. And at that point, you will make your judgment whether or not this invoice is ready for approval or whether it requires additional information. If it requires additional information, you'll select this checkbox right here at the top. Yeah, it's at the top just for convenience. When you're entering information in that previous step, just make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom. There's quite a few fields here, so just to make sure you don't skip anything. If it requires additional information, check this box and enter some information about what the documents are that are missing. So I am going to just type in roster here as a placeholder, and I'm going to click submit. So once I do that, the vendor is going to get an automated email from Smartsheet that says additional information has been requested, and they're going to get that email day after day for a period of 3 days. So it's going to say you have 3 days left to submit your outstanding documents, and then it's going to say 2 days, and then it's going to say today. And in that email to the vendor, they will have a link that they can click and submit those documents. So if they do submit those additional documents, you will get a Smartsheet email that looks like this. It says additional documents have been attached and a link for you to come back to review this dynamic view. So at that point, at that point, you'd go back to the attachments, see if they've attached everything that you marked as pending before. And if everything is in order, you will check additional information received and then continue along and then mark department review complete and then save. As soon as you hit department review complete and save it, this row will be pretty much, excuse me. That's the end of the process at this point, and it'll go along to the DocuSign process. But if after multiple efforts to get the missing documentation from the vendor, you still haven't gotten the information, you have the option to generate a deficiency letter through this dynamic view itself. So in that case, you would enter the amount that's being disallowed due to insufficient information, and then you'd click on the option to generate a deficiency letter, and then you'd hit save. And when you do this, Smartsheet will attach a deficiency letter cover letter as a PDF to the row, and this might take a while. So just wait for a little while and give the page a refresh, and you should see it in your attachments. So this document is, like I said, basically just a cover letter. And it outlines some information about the invoice, but it still requires you to open this up in your PDF tool and attach more detailed information about sort of in a table format, an itemized list of all of the items that are missing and being disallowed and the reason. So once you add those subsequent pages to this document, you'll want to save that and then send it, email it to your vendor. So the third possibility for your response. So the first is if everything looks in order upon first submission, you'll just click Department Review Complete after entering all the information and then save it, and then it'll disappear off of this dynamic view. The second option is like we went through, the request of additional information, and then additionally, if you don't get it, generating the deficiency letter. The third option that you have is to void the invoice. So this could be it could be for any number of reasons. If the subrecipient made a mistake on the initial submission and wants to resubmit the invoice entirely, you have the option to void the invoice. And that's the option you have over here. You just click it, provide a reason for voiding, and hit save, and that will remove it from your dynamic view as well. So that was a quick walkthrough of how to use the vendor invoicing department review side of the Smartsheet system that we created. And these are still early days for the system, and we encourage you to send in any feedback you have and any issues that you run into. We have a fairly detailed instruction packet as well that will be available on the hub that we will provide to you all. And that should have the people that you can contact, but it's myself, Harsha Devraj, Sean Thomas, and Tim Colleen at the Lean team. All of the email IDs will be provided, and please let us know your thoughts and feedback on the tool, and we hope that it makes the vendor invoicing process for our projects much smoother from all sides moving forward. So thank you.